Hi guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another budgeting video. Today we are going to be sitting down and taking a look at my October budget and just reflecting on it a little bit, filling out our actual expenses for the month of October, and then we're going to do a November budget with me. Today is actually November 1st, so we are right on track getting our finances ready for the month. I love to do these videos. I know that you guys love them. I know I have a lot of new faces from these videos, so if you are new here, a little bit about me. I am 26. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. I have a lifestyle channel, so it's mainly vlogs, work weeks in my life. I work from home as a data analyst, but I think a big part of being in your 20s is your finances and just kind of figuring that out as we get into this adult world. So I love to share and talk about it. Also, honestly, it holds me accountable to look at my finances every single month. So that's what we're gonna do today. But first, I wanna do a savings and debt update for you guys. The most exciting news ever, we hit our wedding savings goal very much ahead of time. Our goal was to hit it by January, but we have already hit it. We hit it in October. I'll get into kind of how we did that a little bit later on, but I'm so excited that we hit that because now we can kind of keep saving, but it doesn't have to feel so dire. If you don't know, I'm getting married in the spring and we had a certain number that we really wanted to hit for our wedding savings to pay for all of our vendors and everything. And we hit that in October, which is so exciting. I am obviously still saving, even in that same, it's in a high yield savings, we're still putting money into that account. But now we just have some different things that we're saving for, like our honeymoon that we want to take a little bit after our wedding. We're kind of saving for that now. And also just life. If we ever want a house, if we ever want another car, things like that, that is where all of our savings are going into. So even though I don't have super specific numbers in my mind right now or super specific savings goals anymore, now that we've hit the wedding savings goal, we are still obviously going to be continuously saving. Our only other goal right now, I guess, would be the emergency fund, which is about half funded. We're at about 54% to what I would like to have in there. And we definitely will shift our priorities to funding that. I don't think that will be too difficult for us to get funded, but I do kind of want to just get through the wedding before we really shift into that emergency fund goal. So that's the update with our savings. And then debt update, my only debt is my student loans. I will get into that in the budget, I think, because we can do a little update on that as well. Without further ado, you guys, I don't have too much I want to jibber jabber about, so let's get into the budget. I'm gonna go ahead and pop it up here on the screen for you guys and move myself over into the corner. So as always, on the left here you can see I have my spending tracker, things that I don't share. I don't share exactly how much money goes into savings. This is just for a little bit of privacy. I mean, I'm already putting a lot my finances out on the internet, but I do like to keep our savings and our retirement private. So I think you can get an idea of how much money I have coming in every month, but it's not the full picture. But this is just my spending habits more so is what I'm comfortable sharing. So like I said, on the left here we have our spending, and on the right here we have our expense tracker. If you've watched these videos before, you know I track every single expense that comes out of my bank account in an Excel spreadsheet, and that way I can really hold myself accountable. Am I going out to eat too much? What am I overspending on? That is why I started doing the expense tracker, and it's been the biggest game changer ever for me. It has allowed me to save so much more money than I ever had previously in my life because I really see where the money is going. So I'm gonna go over here to the category and we're gonna sort it A to Z. As you can see, it groups everything together. And then let's go over to our spending. Okay, starting with bills, these don't change too much. My rent, I budgeted $1,424, but the actual, if we go over here to bills, was $1,300. And as you can see, I put it as savings. This is because was our first full month in our new apartment. We got a month free when we moved into this apartment, which was so nice. October was a free month of rent, but I still wanted to act as if I was paying rent. I didn't just want to go blow that money somewhere. So instead of paying rent, I put the rent into the savings account, and Will did the same with his half of his rent. And that's how we hit our wedding savings goal, because just 1 month of no rent was so good for our savings. I'm so jealous of people who get to live at home in their 20s because I just can't even imagine how much money I would have saved if I didn't have to pay rent. Well, I don't have to imagine because I could do the calculation. I would have a lot saved if we didn't have to pay rent. I think if you ever do get the chance to move home, I don't see a problem with it, honestly. It's not that we don't have the chance, like our families would totally let us move home, but I just don't want to. But I do see the value in it, how much money you could really save. So yeah, $1,300 for rent / savings. Car insurance, this doesn't really change. Go over to the bills, $121.33. AT&T, my phone, $94.71. My phone bill is so high because half of that is the phone bill and the other half is my phone. I have my phone on an installment plan, so I pay an extra $35 a month for the phone until the phone is paid off. Pet insurance, this is for my 4-year-old golden retriever, $67.50. And that's it for bills. These are things that never change. They happen every month, whether I like it or not. Subscriptions, for gym, I budgeted $120. And if we go down here to fitness, I spent $59 on ClassPass, so definitely under budget for that. I have yet to figure out my fitness routine here. Right now, I do think I'm just gonna be sticking with ClassPass and then using my apartment gym. I think that's gonna be the best combination for me right now, which is nice because ClassPass is pretty affordable. The plan I do is only $59 a month, which is definitely less than I was spending previously when I was paying for an unlimited studio. I was paying around $140. I do think at some point this might go up because I might invest in another studio, but for now I'm comfortable with ClassPass. And then iCloud subscription, this is just storage. Over here under bills is $299. Last kind of standard expense that I have every month is student loans. I budget $300 and I paid a little extra on it. I paid $315. The reason for this is because my student loans are broken up into 3 different loans that I took at 3 different time periods. And I'm actually about to pay one of them off. It was the lowest one. It was only about $3,000, I think. And I'm about to pay that one off. In fact, I can pay it off this month, I believe. So I paid a little bit extra last month so that this month I could pay it off. And then that will only leave me with 2 loans left. The 2 loans are ginormous, so it's gonna take me probably the rest of my life to pay them off. But I do find some satisfaction in getting at least one of the 3 gone so that I only have 2 left. So that's kind of a student loan update. I've been paying off 1 out of 3 loans this month. Okay, now for the more exciting part, the variable spending. This is where we can go in here and total up what we spent on everything. Starting with groceries and household. Looks like I'm a little bit under, which is great. As you can see, I just go over here and highlight all the grocery expenses and total is $212.83. My fiance and I split expenses, our bills specifically, like we split our rent 50-50, but he does make more money than me, so kind of a way that we make that work is he pays for the majority of our groceries and he pays usually when we go out. If we're together, he's gonna pay. That's kind of what works for us. That's how it feels even, I guess, to us. So my groceries are pretty low in general. So $212, not too bad. Then for pet needs, let's see, let's go pet. Looks like I'm right on budget. All I bought for pet this month is my dog's prescription dog food, $135.98. His dog food is so expensive because he has a sensitive little tummy, so $135.98 for dog food. Medical, higher than I budgeted. I think medical and beauty are both gonna be higher than I budgeted for one reason, which is my skin. I really decided we're getting my skin under control this month, so I bought quite a few things. I went to the dermatologist, which was a $40 copay. I paid for acne medicine from the dermatologist, which was around $30. I bought a bunch of vitamins, or just a restock on what I usually take, like my fish oil and ashwagandha, stuff like that, which was $65. So total for medical was $137.42, which that's pretty high for me. I had multiple doctor's appointments. I bought quite a few medicines. So that's definitely a little bit higher than normal, I will say. But you kind of got to do what you got to do. I was so tired of my skin breaking out that I really just wanted to do whatever it takes, honestly, to get it under control. Okay, next, car. I have $100. I'm not sure why I budgeted the car so high because I don't have any car expenses. Oh wait, yes I do. SunPass, $9.77. SunPass is still coming for me, you guys, from when we lived in Florida. They're still sending me bills. I think that should have been the last bill, but super low on car. I barely drive, so I didn't even fill up my gas tank once this month. Will probably did because he takes the car to work. Because I barely drive, I never really need to get gas or do anything, so super low on car. SunPass are the toll roads in Florida. We just left Florida. If you're new here, we moved out of Florida in September, so I think that was probably my last bill for the Florida toll roads. Social activities, 30. Doesn't look like I have any social activities. Social activities for me, it can be a lot of different things. I usually use it for like if I buy tickets to an event or something like that. That's what this category is for. So it looks like we're at 0. Budget is looking pretty good so far, you guys. Obviously I do plenty of social things, but a lot of it gets grouped into restaurants or the bar category, even groceries sometimes. For example, I had a girls' night in October where a friend came over and we had snacks and stuff, but that was just a grocery expense. Restaurants, I have 100. Let's see here. 67.11. Super happy with that. We do not eat out a lot, and if we do, Will usually pays. So 67.11 is not bad for me. It looks like I bought pizza one night, a barbecue sandwich, Subway, and Kava. That's honestly a pretty good amount. I would say we average eating out 1 to 2 times a week, but we really do try to prioritize eating at home, mainly for health reasons. It's just, Will follows a pretty strict diet of chicken and rice, like a lot of guys do, and I just like to eat at home because I know it's better for you in general. Okay, bars and alcohol, I did 25. We are right on track. 24.37. That's impressive. I went to the bar with my friend twice this month. Once we went to grab beers one night, and the other night we went to a pub to go carve pumpkins. They had an event and I bought 1 drink. Coffee, I budgeted 20. This is definitely going to be over because I restocked on my Nespresso this month. So coffee out, I only spent $11.13. So that's really good. I only got 1 coffee out. But like I said, I did restock on my Nespresso. So our coffee total is $99.36. I just didn't take into account the fact that I needed Nespresso pods in the budget, but not a huge deal. I would have budgeted for it if I realized I was gonna need that. Beauty, I budgeted 70. This is another one that I definitely went over on. It's something I tend to go over on. I maybe need to start budgeting a little bit higher because I tend to go over on this almost every month. 70 is my nails, which you can see I did nails this month, but our beauty total is $442.14. That hurts, 442.14. First thing I bought that I lumped into beauty is I bought a conditioning mask for my hair. That was $50 from Sephora. Also hair related, I got my hair toned and cut, which it was $162. So the toner and cut was actually only $100, and then I tipped on top of that. But then I wasn't happy with the toner. It was just too dark, honestly, and I was having a crisis over it, which you will see in my next vlog that's coming up. So I ended up going back to the salon and she kind of lightened it up just a little bit more. You can kind of see it's just a little bit lighter, and I tipped her again for that. She didn't charge me for that service, but I did tip her again. So that's why this hair charge is kind of so high. And then again, skin related, I did get a facial this month. I am gonna be getting facials every 6 weeks until the wedding, just to hopefully not have my skin be breaking out on wedding day. So definitely a little high there, but things I prioritize are health, wellness, beauty, things that make me feel good. I am okay spending money on that. Gifts, 50. We did go over on this as well. Will's aunt and mom threw us a wedding shower in October, so I bought them some hostess gifts, which were $122.36. And then the hurricanes came through this month, which were devastating. And so we went to Walmart and did some shopping to donate some supplies. So we are over on gifts, $291.14. But I love giving gifts. I love giving back when I can. Like I say, we don't have the most. We don't have thousands of dollars that I can give and gift. But if I did, I would, because I really enjoy giving back and giving gifts to people. A little bit high. Probably shouldn't have spent that much, but I'm okay with it right now. Shopping miscellaneous. This one is always really random. Okay, this is looking high. $285.80. You guys, I don't know what got into me this month. All of this is really high. I have 2 different shipping charges on here. It's because I've had some packages go to our old apartment in Tampa, and I had a friend of mine ship them to me. I really hope I don't get any more packages there. That shipping was pretty expensive, over $100 for 2 different packages because they were pretty big packages. I bought a slip for a dress. I bought some address labels and a sticky bra. I bought a new computer case for my laptop because my laptop broke this month and I just needed something more heavy duty. And then Epidemic Sound is how I get music for YouTube, copyright free music, and that came out this month, which is around $100. Miscellaneous, $285.80. The only things here that I could have avoided is the shipping. The shipping was my fault because I didn't change our wedding registry address because that just slipped my mind. Those could have been avoided, but the other things I really didn't need. I'm fine with the other expenses there. Uber, $25. Looks like I spent only $6.82 on one Uber. Travel, I didn't budget anything, but I did book some airport transfer for $140. This is for my bachelorette. I leave for very soon. I booked an airport transfer to the hotel, a private transfer. 2 new categories this month that I haven't previously budgeted for: home and wedding. Home, because we just moved into this apartment, I knew I was gonna want to buy some things. Looks like I spent $334.07. Who's surprised that I'm going over? Not me. Bought a side table off Facebook Marketplace for $70. I stocked up our guest bathroom. I spent about $150 on that. I needed towels, bath mats, shampoo, conditioner, things like that. And then baskets for $115. I bought 3 baskets to go under our console table. Just kind of slowly trying to get the place together, spend a couple $100s here and there. Honestly, it's almost done. I feel really good about it. So hopefully only a few more months of home expenses. Last category, wedding, $221.09. I'm honestly surprised I didn't go over on that more because I bought quite a few things for the wedding this month. I told you guys before, I'm trying to buy a little bit each month rather than dropping a bunch of money right before the wedding, you know? So I bought stickers for $71.81. Those were to go on the cups. I'm doing like custom bar cups. The cups, I spent $8. The cups were more expensive than that, but I had an Amazon gift card. So I only ended up spending $8 of my own money on the cups. I spent $43 on a card box, $66 on our guest book, and $31 on stamps. Stamps are so expensive, you guys. I actually think the stamps are gonna cost more than our wedding invitations. It's crazy how expensive they are, and I needed stamps to send out our thank you cards for the shower we had in October, which I did get those mailed out. So that's good that that's done. Looking at this in the areas that I went over, medical, like I said, I'm okay with it. We gotta get the skin under control. Coffee, that was a slip up on my part for forgetting I needed to restock on Nespresso. Beauty, yeah, I didn't think I was gonna be getting a facial. I'm gonna have to start budgeting for that going forward. Gifts, I definitely went over. I spent more than usual, but it's okay. Shopping, miscellaneous, honestly not too bad. $85 over is okay. It's when I go hundreds of dollars over that I get stressed out. 85 over, it's okay. So all in all, my actual spending for the month of October, $4,368.43. That's honestly pretty high for me, I would say. I did have money left over, was able to put some money into savings, probably not as much as I usually would like to. I prefer to keep my spending around the $4,000 mark. That is kind of what I budget with every month usually for spending in particular. I also do like to live my life, so I feel like I've found a really good balance with it. Definitely a little bit over this month, and we are coming into a more expensive season around the holidays. I feel like this is a big money spending season, so I'm definitely going to want to keep that in mind going forward with our November budget as well. Speaking of our November budget, let's just go ahead and get right into it. So starting with our rent, we actually do still have some money left over from our special when we moved in. We got 6 weeks free. So October was free, and then 2 weeks of November will be free. So I am gonna budget this a little bit less than usual, and that money will either A, go into savings if I don't spend it, or we will allocate it towards other things like the wedding and home. So I'm gonna put actual rent this month at $800. Car insurance, phone, pet insurance, not changing. Gym, budgeted 120. I'm gonna change this to 60. I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna be doing ClassPass for the month of November and probably also December as well. So that's nice that I have a little bit of wiggle room there with the fitness budget, especially because November and December I'm doing a lot of traveling. So it doesn't really make sense for me to invest much more in my fitness because I won't be here to use it. ClassPass is just enough. Usually it gets me about a class or two a week, and that's plenty. We travel a lot for the holidays because neither of our families live in Charlotte, so we do travel for those. Student loans, 300. I'm gonna budget 350, so I'm gonna take that gym budget and put it into our student loans because I am paying off that one student loan this month, which is very exciting. Grocery and household, 300. I think I'm gonna put that at 250. We saw this month that I'm capable of spending less than 300. And again, we will be traveling in the month of November. So I think 250 should be good. We'll see if I can get it down that low, but I think we should be good. Pet needs at 140. Again, Franklin's dog food, I will leave that. Medical at 20. I don't have any doctor's appointments right now in November. Hopefully we can keep it at 20 or less for medical. That would be if I ended up needing to go to the doctor for something and had a copay, or if I need to buy some medicine or something, I leave that $20 there, but I don't really think I should need much. Car, 100. This can go down to 50. 50 is if I have to get gas, but I'm not sure that I will have to get gas, so $50. Social activity, 30. I will leave that in case we have any things that we do with our friends, but I think 30 should be fine there. Restaurants, 100. I'm gonna leave that. That's pretty much always my goal, to be under 100 for restaurants. Bars and alcohol, 25. I'm good with that. Coffee, 20. Now that we've restocked our Nespresso, I should be able to keep the coffee under 20. This for me is going out for coffee twice, so about twice a month, $20. That works for me. Beauty, 70. This needs to go up. 70, yes, because I'm gonna get my nails. Oh shoot. I'm getting a pedicure this month, which is even more than normal. Okay, so let's say 120 for nails with the pedicure. I'm getting a pedicure because I'm going on a bachelorette. I usually don't get them. I usually do them at home, but I wanted to spoil myself. So 120 for the pedicure plus my facial I'm getting at the end of November is 160. So what's that, 280? So instead of 70, it'll be 280 for beauty. And that's if I only do the 3 things that I say I'm gonna do. Gifts, 50. Let's put this at 200 just because Christmas is coming up. I'm definitely gonna have to be spending some gift money. I'm not sure how much, but we'll say 200 for now. Shopping miscellaneous, 200. I'm gonna leave that. Uber, 25. I'm gonna leave that. Travel, I'm gonna put 75. We are traveling for Thanksgiving, and so little expenses can come up with that. So I'll do 75. Home, 150, and wedding, 200. Wedding, I'm gonna put up to 300. This budget is looking really good. We are only budgeted at $3,414. So that's really low. I definitely have some wiggle room here, but I don't want to change it because, I mean, the lower I spend, the better, you know? So I would like to keep at these numbers. The things where I think I might go over are definitely gifts. If I start purchasing Christmas gifts this month, then I think the gifts will be much higher. I'm kind of a last minute gift person, so I do think some of them might be purchased in December. Yeah, we definitely have some wiggle room here, which again, I'm not gonna change the budget, but that will be good for gifts and more wedding things if we end up purchasing even more wedding things. Anything I don't spend, you guys know, just goes into our savings account. You may notice I didn't budget anything for my bachelorette. That is because I have a sinking fund for my bachelorette that I've been slowly putting money into over the past few months because obviously I knew this trip was coming up. So any money that I spend on my bachelorette, including food, drinks, activities, whatever, is coming out of that sinking fund. So I'm not putting it in my normal day-to-day budget. So I have a little bit over $1,000. I don't think I'm gonna need that much, transparently, for food and everything, but who knows, maybe I will. I really have no idea. So that's what I have to spend. And then I do have a little bit of wiggle room in my monthly budget if I do end up spending more than that. But the good thing is if I don't spend all of that sinking fund from the bachelorette, then I'm gonna put that money toward wedding things. So yeah, I definitely have that trip in the back of my mind, planned for it, have a fund for it, which is something I highly suggest. If you have trips and things coming up, create a separate fund for that you put $100, $50 into every month, so that when the trip is here, you don't have to worry about it in your monthly budget. You don't have to say, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be spending $500 on food that I wasn't planning for on this trip, you already have that covered and it doesn't even affect your month to month budget. That's definitely a big tip, because I know a lot of people get stressed out with travel and vacation because it affects them monthly. But if you think about it ahead of time, which, you know, me and all my friends have known about this trip for well over a year, then you can properly prepare for it. I'm actually about to go in here right now and pay my rent since it's November 1st. I'm realizing I had so much wiggle room in the budget because rent is only half this month, which makes a lot of sense. I was like, wow, my budget is so low. But honestly, the wiggle room is good, like I said, with potentially Christmas presents. And even though I have my bachelorette sinking fund, it's good to have a little bit of wiggle room there. So feeling really good about the November budget, feeling really good about the month ahead. We have about 2 weeks worth of traveling in November, but then we have 2 good weeks at home as well. So I think it's gonna be a really great month. I love sitting down and reflecting these videos. Sometimes they make me feel bad if I really overspend, but most of the time it makes me feel good and it makes me feel like I have my life together. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope it was helpful for you possibly. I will have the spreadsheet that I use to budget linked in the description box. I always get questions about that. I always link it in the description box. And don't request access because I can't give you access that way. But if you just go up to file and then make a copy, it will give you your own copy that you can edit and play with all that you want. Yeah, make sure you subscribe if you made it all the way to the end, and I will see you guys so very soon in my next video. Bye guys.